Okay, I'm going to do another keychain design. I'll be honest, I have no idea where I'm going with this. I'm just going to get started and see what comes of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I'm on my grid. So I'm on my sort of home screen here. And I'm going to click Create New Design. And something that I like to do because I feel more comfortable with it is to edit my grid and change from millimeters to inches, because inches just sort of resonates in my brain a little bit better. I sort of understand those dimensions a little bit easier. You don't have to do that, but you can. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is start out with a box and stretch it big. Let's see, that looks good. 2.5 by 1 7/8. I'm going to shrink it down. I suggest not going any higher than 1/4 inch. And you may even want to go a little bit less than that. So I'm going to see if I can get this number. If I click on the number, it will let me change it. So I might actually go down to like 0.185. Because what I'm planning to do is add to it, not just cut it out. Okay. So this is going to be my keychain, and now I'm just going to have fun with the different objects over here and create some different stuff on here. So kind of like this star, I'm going to pull this star on here and size it down. And there is a way, I think if we press Shift, it'll make it so that I can size it equally, both horizontally and vertically, rather than this way where I drag it in too much. So I'm going to undo that and get back to that. So I'm going to press Shift, and then when I grab the corner, it'll keep the ratio the same. So I thought I'd throw, a star on there. I don't need it that tall. And for my height, I'm going to just make them 0.1. So I just click on that number. Now, it is not, that's a problem. It's too low. And it's underneath there because I also made it on the bottom. So I guess I actually have to make it taller than that. So since I made this 0.185 and I would like it to stick out 0.1 higher than that, I'm going to take 0.185 and 0.185 and say 0.285. And that is still not working. Oh, I see. I made the height of the entire object 0.285. Grab my handy dandy undo button. Okay. And I'll rotate down again and grab this again and try 0.285 again. There we go. So now it sticks up just a little bit. Something I forgot to tell you before we got started is to change the name of your file. It always gives you a really fun, silly name. So I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to call it Keychain, and put your first and last name. And then I'm actually making a couple different styles. So I'm going to call it Keychain 2 because this is the second one I've made. But you can, so just start with number 1 on your first design, change it to number 2 for your second design, etc. Okay, so let's say I want to make this for my daughter. I'm going to make, her name is Marie. So she likes stars and unicorns and hearts and all of those little girl things. So I am going to have fun adding these little embellishments here. So I will bring in a heart and change my height again. It's a 1/2 inch tall, and I'm going to change it to 0.285 again. And let's see if there's anything else on here. There's diamonds. I could show you how to make some kind of tricky, crazy stuff, but I think I'm just going to let you, if there's something that you want to see that you haven't gotten to see, I'm going to suggest that you just look it up on Google if you're trying to figure out how to make a diamond or something like that. I don't know what's in here, but let's go take a look. Shape generators. We could go to all, and it gives us some more. Ooh, here we go. These are just crazy. So you can have fun looking around in here. Text. I'm going to pause while I'm searching here for a second. Okay, so as I'm flipping through here, I kind of came on this little sort of flowery looking thing I'm going to stick on there. And to do the same thing, change it to 0.285. Okay. Move that around. And then I think I'd like to put her like an M on it for Marie. So I'm going to come over here to the characters. Oh, not this characters. Text and numbers, sorry. And I'm going to grab an M, put that on there. And it's too low, so I've got to make it taller. Click on that number, 0.285 again. Maybe change the color so I can see what I'm doing. When you change the colors, it's not going to print out that way, unfortunately. It is only going to print out in one color that you choose. So eventually everything's going to be the same. What am I going to do next? I'm going to, just for fun, I really like this feature. If you go to the shape generator, there is something that you can draw, and I'm on the wrong one. All. Basic shapes. So sorry. Okay, so when you're on basic shapes, you can grab this scribble tool, and wherever you click it, it will let you draw something, just kind of freehand it. So I don't know, maybe I'm going to try making a diamond for her. So I'll do this, and this, and this, and this. It doesn't look so great, but that's okay. And I'm going to go across like this. And I'm going to go down like this. Okay. I'm sure you could have more fun making it much, much, much nicer. But if I click done, it will give me this shape. Again, lower it down to 0.285. And now I got my own created shape, which is sort of fun. So I'm going to hold shift down so that I can scale it evenly and pull it in, oops, 0.285. And then pull it in over here. Now, for some reason, it ended up in the bottom. And, you know, when you're trying to do things, it doesn't always work out right. So I'm going to just pull it up to the top there, just like that with that arrow. And then go back here. Here we go. Okay. And if I change my mind and decide I don't like it, just delete and it will take it off, or undo and leave it on there. Okay. I think I'm going to call this good. See if there's anything else I like on here. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is put a ring on it. And on my other tutorial, I grabbed the tube. For this one, I'm going to show you how to make your very own one out of 2 cylinders. So if I grab a cylinder and put it on here, I'm going to change to my top view so I can see really straight on. Okay. I want to align this with my keychain. So I'm going to hold shift down so I can select both objects. I'm going to come up to my align tool and I'm going to say align to the middle. So now I know that my circle is right in the middle. I actually kind of like the size of this circle, so I'm going to leave it there. And now I'm going to grab a cylinder. This automatically makes it a hole, but we'll just use this one for now. And I'm going to change it to a hole. And I'm going to make this smaller. So if I want a border, let's say 0.1, I would need 0.1 on this side and 0.1 on this side. So 1 minus 0.1 minus 0.1 would be 0.8. So if I change the size of this to 0.8 and I change the size over here, it's hard to find the exact right spot to click. 0.8. Okay, so now if I drag it in here, I'll know that I'll have 0.1 all the way around. If I click shift and hold down both circles and then grab my, oops, it didn't grab both of them. Shift, I'm going to grab the orange first, shift to grab both of them and click my align tool. Now I can click the center here and the center here, and it will go exactly in the middle. And I might say, you know what, that looks a little too skinny to me. So maybe I want to make this circle just a little bit bigger. So instead of being 1, I'm going to make it 1.1. And I'll do it the other direction as well. 1.1. And then I need to realign these again. So I'm going to hold down Shift, click both parts, click Align, click the middle dot and the middle dot. So now those are lined up. Now I want to cut it out. So I'm going to click both objects again, click Shift, and I'm going to say Group. And now it will take out that middle piece because I used the whole feature. Now this is too tall, so I'm going to lower it down to 0.25, which was how high, or maybe did I do just 0.2? I can't remember. No, I did 0.185, that's right. So I'm going to grab this and change it to 0.185 so it's even. Okay. Now I'm going to group all of this together. So I'm just going to highlight the whole thing and come up to group. And now this is what it's going to look like when I print it out. On a next video, I'm going to show you how you can round the corners because sharp corners snag on objects. So I'll show you how to round the corners. One more thing. If you get it put together and you think, gosh, I really don't like that diamond, I've changed my mind about it, you can just highlight the whole thing and click ungroup, and it will go back and revert to that original part. I can drag this piece off and click delete. I can reorganize these pieces. I could make my M a little bit bigger if I want. Okay, and then I can drag my mouse around all of them again and group them together, and that's what it's going to look like.